All right, welcome to the 3,000 mile update. Currently at around 3,400 miles on the Honda CR-V 2023 Sport Touring. Just a few updates. Wanted to give you guys an update on the mileage. Currently hitting about 35.5 miles per gallon. You'll never really hit that 40 miles per gallon estimated on the streets. I never see it really get there. Like you really only hit it when you're stop and go traffic on a freeway or something. On average, both streets and freeway, you're hitting like 35 miles per gallon. That is unfortunate. I was hoping to at least get that 37 combined and a little bit closer to 40 if I was mostly on the streets, but that number just does not happen. And another thing, when you do put this car into eco mode, it unfortunately goes down another 1 to 2 miles per gallon. I've tried that for about 2 full tanks now, and on average it was getting 34 miles per gallon when in eco mode, and it was getting 35.5 to toward 36 on the normal tank. So that is the update on the mileage. Currently, around 3,400 miles total on the car. Just wanted to give you guys also an update on the modifications that I've made to this Honda. So I did black out the window trims. I think that is a much nicer look than the outdated chrome. Next, I was planning on blacking out the 2 little chrome grills in the front. Another modification that I made was adding the hood air deflector there on the front. And then I also added the sport tailgate on the back. And then a new recent addition to the car itself was I added a bed to the back. So we got a full-size bed going on here. I was thinking about using this for some camping trips. Just wanted to test out the concept. It is very spacious and it's a full-size bed, so like my whole body can lay down, feet pretty much come straight to the end there, and you can easily fit 2 people here. There is that hump in the middle from where the seats fold over, but I added some extra foam here to compensate for that. You can still kind of feel it. I'm thinking I would need some kind of baseboard to even it out before putting the foam toppers on. It's not a mattress, but it's like those couple inch thick foam toppers that you can put on top of a mattress, and I just cut it to fit the shape of the car. So it's like stamped out, goes around the wheel well, takes up all the space up until the driver and passenger seat up there, so that you can get the most room in your bed. And yeah, it works pretty well. So far I've just used it for some lunchtime naps when you got those 1 to 2 hour work breaks. But I was thinking about taking it to the beach, camping there, waking up to the sunrise. All right, so let's see what else we can give you guys an update on. So back to the gas, I would say it's about 75% gas vehicle, 25% hybrid. The hybrid only kicks in so often. And you can pretty much go like 2 miles on the battery. It's a 1 kilowatt battery, not the biggest battery, but enough for your hybrid purposes. And then whenever it can, it'll use the battery whenever it's full, and once it gets down to like about a quarter of the battery, it'll switch the gas back on and start to charge the battery. Pretty much all of your braking in this car is going to send power back to the battery. Even if you're not in regen brake mode, I've noticed that green line goes up when you're hitting the brakes, and that is going to be for like any mode. And it just goes up even more when you use physical brakes versus the regenerative braking. Give you guys another look at the interior here. So we got all of our switches right here. The electronic mirror control. You get your pre-programmed seats. I also added a little blind spot mirror to the car itself. So this lets me just see like down here when I'm driving. You do have like the sensor right here that flashes when there's a car, but I also just like to visually see it. So you can get those for like less than 10 bucks on Amazon. Super handy feature. Lets you see like curbs and stuff as you're driving, so you don't rim rash your tires if you're taking a tight turn or anything out of a gas station or parking lot. And then back to the interior. So this is what it looks from this angle. You got your nice pillow, blanket set up. Super comfy, like I could pass out in this thing. And then back to our interior. Again, love this dashboard. Very nice view. I did add these little caps on the air vents here to kind of match the silver dials there. Yeah, very nice sound. It just feels like good quality. And then let's give you guys a close-up look at the steering wheel buttons. This pretty much controls the entire left screen when the car is on. Lets you check your oil, flip through a couple features there, and then here are the driving assist functions. So this button here is going to be your lane assist. It's super nice because it's a little bit more than lane assist. It will actually turn the car for you. I'm trying to get like a little head-mounted camera setup going so that I can show you, but this wheel will turn itself no matter like how steep the turn is on the road. It just goes by itself. The only thing you have to make sure is that it stays locked onto your lane. If your lanes are clear and visible like here, it'll have no problem. If the road is getting washed out and the lanes are faded, it's not going to have the best time keeping track, and then you're going to have to steer yourself. This button here determines how close you want to be to the car in front of you. So when you have the adaptive cruise control on, you have a radar in the front of your car right here, and that is gonna ping back and forth between your lane and the two adjacent lanes and all three cars in front of you, and it'll know how far the car in front of you is. It'll speed up and slow down for you, and you don't have to touch your gas or brake. And you also have the camera there that's assisting with that as well. But yeah, whenever I'm on the freeway, I don't really drive. It just drives itself. I don't have to touch the gas or brake once I turn that on, and steering, like 90% of it's done for you. You just gotta watch out for those areas where the freeway lanes aren't so clear and it doesn't have anything to lock onto. But a really great feature, makes driving on the freeway so much easier. I don't know why, but my calves get sore when I have to switch back and forth between gas and brake so frequently in stop and go traffic, but that's no longer an issue. And then on this side, we have our controls. We got the rear windshield wiper here, and then your main one here. And on this side is just some light functions. And the head beam, the high beams, they kind of go by themselves. So this car kind of knows when you're in a dark area, and it can sense there's no other cars around you. It'll turn on the high beams automatically, so you can go up that hill and have better visibility. It just kind of knows. I don't know how it knows, but it knows when there's no one around you, and you can turn on the high beams to get a little bit better view, and it'll switch back and forth automatically. And another addition that I did up here was that sport tailgate. So again, this one's just like a few inches longer than the one you get on the standard CR-V. I would recommend just having if you wanted that one, to have the shop do it. It is pretty complicated to get all the wiring done. Other additions like these bars, you can add yourself. I got these for like $180, and it takes all of 10 minutes to install. There's just 2 screws on each side, and it's a pretty easy installation. I got that from Sons Honda. Their website has everything like 30-40% off compared to my actual dealership in Anaheim. What else can we add? So yeah, we're probably going to use the Hyper Dip to black out the chrome in the front. I did buy some vinyl, but going on multiple sides might be a little bit annoying. It was pretty easy to do the vinyl on the chrome trim here. It's pretty much just lay out the strip exactly along the border and then cut the bottom piece and tuck it in. You can see it's a pretty clean job. You can see the edges right there, and then it folds over right into here, and it basically cuts itself because there's a little groove in here. And it was pretty easy to do on all the windows. It probably takes like 5-10 minutes for each strip, but not that hard. If you want to buy a vinyl kit, I can leave a link in the description below to the one that I used. The alternatives are those Hyper Dip sprays that I did use on the logos in the back. Let me show you guys those. So this was all blacked out using that Hyper Dip spray. I have a video on that. And then this one as well. If those don't bother you, don't worry about it. I just like the look, all blacked out, matte finish. And then I was potentially thinking of getting a body kit extension to beef up the front even more. I'm starting to see those coming on the market on like Alibaba and eBay and some on Amazon. But this car is pretty new, so I'm expecting some more accessories to be out soon enough. What else can we update on? So it looks like there's also two different kinds of tires that you can get when you buy this car. I had got the Continental Cross contacts, and then there's a Michelin tire as well that supposedly is a little bit better than this one. I'm not sure what that's based off, if it's location or when they actually put these tires on. This one was made in Canada, I believe. Other mods, so my windows are tinted, as you can see. Pretty darked out. I believe these are 35%, and then the front is either 70 or 50%. Definitely a great addition when you're driving, that sun's beaming down on your hands. This is the 3M ceramic IR, so I don't feel any heat, and it saves my skin from the sun. I don't burn anymore. Here's another view at the interior. The handling into the car is very nice. The steering wheel feels nice and firm. You get some nice turns whenever you need to. I don't feel like the car is wobbling left or right or anything. It is very well put together. In terms of complaints, it's really only if the fuel mileage was like a little bit better. You know, I feel like it tends to lean more on the gas than it should for a hybrid. You know, there's some other hybrid models getting over 40 for an SUV, so I'm not sure why the 6th generation Honda CR-V couldn't match that as well. Honda also kind of started the hybrid business, or didn't start the hybrid business, but they had hybrid models about 6 months before Toyota did with their Prius, so I would expect it to be a little bit better after, you know, 20 plus years of doing it. But otherwise it's pretty nice. The interior is pretty quiet, so when the doors closed and I'm driving this thing, you don't really hear the engine at all. It's super minimal. The only time you'll really hear that engine rev is when you're going up a steep hill and it's got to hit those higher RPMs to maintain your speed. Then you'll hear the engine going. But it's not too terrible. It's normal with any ECVT transmission that you're going to rev more when you got to go uphill. But otherwise, it's pretty quiet. You don't really hear it too much. The sound system on this car is still pretty amazing. We got those Bose speakers and it gets pretty loud. No complaints there. Let's see. All right, so we got the car on, and again, switching through those modes. Let's see. We got that snow mode, Econ, normal, sport. I say just keep it in normal. The Econ, I don't know why, but it lowers your mileage. I don't know what the thought process or programming is behind it, but I did notice it goes down 1 to 2 miles per gallon. Let me guys show you the average so far. So 3,400 miles. We have, our range is about 468 miles on a tank, and then we're hitting around 35.6 miles per gallon on average after all those miles. Here is the dash. Sorry, it's a bit sunny today. Let's see if we can see. And I go through this home screen. I don't think many videos go through all the features here. We got your radio set up. The Sirius XM is super annoying. They call you nonstop to try to set up their service. I don't know how they got my number. Probably from the dealer. You do get like 3 months free of the Wi-Fi hotspot from AT&T. So if you wanted to stream anything here or Wi-Fi for anybody in your car while you're traveling. There's a 3 months option free. You also get 3 months free of the Honda Link. So Honda Link is an app that you can connect your car to that will allow you to turn on your car from your cell phone. I personally think it's kind of unnecessary. I wish maybe there is a feature in the Switch itself to do that, but when you turn it on from the app, as soon as you sit in the car to start driving it, it just turns off for some reason. I don't know if there's some kind of connection issue with their satellites or what, but every time I turn it on from inside my house and then go in to sit inside, yeah, it's warmer because your heater and everything was on. But the downside is it just turns off, and I'm like, okay, so what was the point of that? And then you have to turn it back on. I don't know if it's a bug that I'm just experiencing. So yeah, all the vehicle settings are in here. If you want to change any of the sounds or beeps or lighting, let's see, so it's got a lighting setup. Oh, there it is. So that's the auto high beam feature that I was talking about before. It can just sense when it needs to be on and turn on. Let's see. Yeah, those are all the lights. So we got the headlight auto off, auto light sensitivity, all these features here. Let's go back. And then let's see what's in here. Driving position, driver assist system setup. So this is nice here. So the collision warning distance, that one's very nice. It'll flash with like a big orange brake sign across the screen if it thinks you're gonna hit somebody. You can set the distance you want that to activate. And then let's see, yeah, you have your road departure mitigation setting. That is when it'll also flash and tell you you're veering off your lanes if the camera picks that up. If you do use your turning signals, that won't take effect, so use those turning signals when you're switching lanes, otherwise you're just gonna set off the warning. And then let's see, you got your blind spot sensor settings. The driver attention monitor, I don't know how that works, but somehow it can tell when you're not looking at the road and it'll make some little noises. I don't know if there's a camera in here or what, but let's see. And then the rear sensor settings, so that if you back up too close to something, it will auto brake for you. I experienced that when I was painting my car. I had some newspaper covering the sensors a bit and I tried to back it out of my garage and it just like slammed on the brakes for me, which is great, knowing that I won't accidentally run into someone or something if I'm backing up. Let's see, and then you got your meter setups. So just some basic functions there. Let's see what else we got. You got your maintenance info, tailgate setup, so you can adjust like how high you want the back door to open in case you're opening it inside your garage. You don't want it to hit the roof or anything. Let's see here. Predictive Eco Assist. Maybe this. Maybe that's why the mileage is low. I should try a tank without this Predictive Eco Assist on. Let's see. Maintenance info. So yeah, oil life 80%. I was probably gonna go take it soon to get it changed. When I bought this car, they told me I get 2 years of free oil changes and I could come around every 3,000 miles. So I will head to the dealer to get that checked out. Door window setup. So yeah, if you, just like any Honda vehicle, you hold that unlock button, it will open all your windows, and the longer you hold that button, the more the windows will open, including moonroof up here. And let's see, yeah, there's a remote control window button. Walk away auto lock. I should probably have that on so that the car locks when I leave. All right. Oops. All doors and driver door. Oh, okay, auto door. Oh yeah. Oh, that's a good feature to have. So right now when I open the door by just grabbing the handle, only my side will open and everyone else's stays locked, but you can adjust that. Let's see. What other other features we got in here? System updates. We'll check for that later. All right. Yeah, so here's that Honda Link. Maybe it only opens from the app. Not sure why they couldn't just connect it straight from the key fob to the car. Yeah, so you need a subscription, which is annoying. The first 3 months are free. I think it's like $10 a month after, but that's not worth it to turn on your car. Roadside assistance. Yeah, and then I don't use the Honda navigation itself. I don't know how well dated this map is here, but I just stick with the Apple CarPlay. And you know, we got all your music, maps, and all the other apps in here, so Apple CarPlay is my favorite. I don't know why Panera Bread has an app. Maybe I can order sandwiches from my car. Alright, so that is a look at the dash. Let me play. Alright, so let me give you a little view of what it looks like. So that is what I can see normally right there. And then this little mirror lets me see like below and down to the left, so it shows my blind spot and lets me see any curbs that I'm backing into. You can't really see that here as far low, but it's a very nice feature to have. There you can see a lot more. And then yeah, again, you do have that assist light, but I just like to physically be able to see as well, just in case the light isn't working 100%, which I haven't had any issues with. It's been fine. And then let's see if we can see the other side. So triple zoom right there. But yeah, so now I can see, ooh, where's my finger? Right down there. And makes it a little easier to park, so you can see the line that I'm up against. So now I can see that, versus on that the bigger mirror, I can't see that parking line right there. But again, those are like less than $10 on Amazon. Normally they're supposed to be put in the top left portion, but that's where the sensor light is, so I wasn't gonna cover it, so I just flipped them and put it over there. But yeah, thank you guys for watching all the update videos. Again, this is just a consumer perspective on the car. The driving and everything's been very nice. I always get compliments on the car when someone's in here. The hybrid mode runs, you know, whisper quiet. The car's on right now. You can't hear anything. Maybe we can give a little drive around the parking lot. Let's see. Yeah, so car is on. Again, don't do this on a busy road, but there's no one here, so. That is the sound of the hybrid mode. Can't hear anything. If you guys have any questions or want me to look at anything in particular for you guys before you decide to buy or not, please let me know. Otherwise, thank you again for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment, let me know. I love reading your guys' comments. I pretty much respond to every single one. But yeah, thank you. Have a good day, guys.